How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Make Them Suffer, and he can say his name and what he does in the band.
Hello, my name is Sean, and I do vocals.
So my first question, Sean, I asked this to every band. How did you start out Make Them Suffer? How did you get your members that you have now?
We've had quite a few lineup changes in the past. The band started, we played our first show in October of 2008 at our local, it was called the YMCA skate park in Leederville in Perth. And it's actually, if you watch Parkway Drive's music video for Smoke 'Em If You Got 'Em, that's the venue that they filmed that music video. So yeah, it used to have a really good reputation. Unfortunately, the venue kind of took a turn for the worst and bombed out, and they failed a bunch of inspections and stuff. But yeah, we just kind of I tried out for the band on MySpace. They had just an instrumental track, and I guess they liked me over the other vocalists that sent their audition through. And yeah, since then I guess we've had a couple lineup changes. I think of the band in eras. There's just been, there was the early days, and then the EP era, and then the first album, and then the second album. Yeah, it's pretty much there's been one member that's kind of been subbed in and out for every release we've done, basically. But yeah, Nick and I have been in the band together for quite some time now.
So you two are kind of the more founding members of the group.
Yeah, we're holding the fort.
Awesome.
For everyone else, yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's cool, because I know for me, I found out about you guys for the first album that you guys did. I think it was just before you signed with Rise.
Mm-hmm.
And that was awesome. And then obviously you have the newest record, Worlds Apart, which obviously everybody should go check out because it's awesome. But my next question, Sean, since you're in the U.S., what are some favorite venues you guys like to go play at?
Well, I'm still learning the venues, actually. I mean, we're just kind of we're still very new over here, and I think each tour we've been on, there's only been one or two venues that have sort of crossed over between the tours. The August Burns Red tour was a C Market tour, so that was more obscure towns and cities and stuff that we would play. And then the Architects one, I think there's a couple overlapping ones between the Architects one and this one, which is cool. And then when we came over for the headliner, it was obviously, we're still building over here, so it was smaller rooms, 400 cap rooms and stuff like that. So yeah, in terms of cities though, I love Philly. We're here now, and I'm pretty excited for a cheesesteak. So
there you go.
That should be cool. Yeah. I love Colorado as well. It's probably my favorite state. Or San Diego is beautiful.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite venues back at home in Australia that you like going to shows at too?
Yeah. Well, we mostly play in our hometown now at a venue called Capital, which is pretty cool. I've always wanted to play the Astor Theatre. We played there once with the Day to Remember when we were supporting them, when we just had put out our EP. That's a pretty cool venue from our hometown. Hi-Fi in Melbourne is pretty cool, but yeah, I'm hoping the next tour we can kind of step up the size of the venues and see what we can do.
So anyway, Sean, that's really cool. I feel for me, I always ask this question because if I ever go to visit these countries, I want some places where people go and go catch some music. So
yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, everyone always, when they go to Australia, I mean, obviously everything is on the east coast, so a lot of people go to Sydney. Sydney's got obviously the Opera House and a couple major attractions and stuff, but I mean, I think Melbourne's a pretty cool city as well. Brisbane's beautiful, but Byron Bay, I can't recommend that place enough. But where we are, Perth, I feel on the west coast, not enough people come through Perth when they come to Australia because it's just so far from everything else. But if you do get a chance, it's really really beautiful there. Some of the best beaches in Australia, I think. So yeah,
awesome. I'll have to add that to the list. But my next question, Sean, what was the last show that you attended?
The last show I attended, wow, that's going back a while. No. Honestly, I think we were on our last Worlds Apart tour when we were heading through Europe, backstage in Munich. One of my favourite post-rock bands, Mogwai, just happened to be playing on the day off, so we went and checked, brought Nick out. I was like, dude, you have to watch them. And yeah, he really enjoyed it. We both really enjoyed it. So
That's tight.
That was sick, yeah.
Awesome. My next question is probably a big one that you've answered before, most likely, but what are some of your musical influences?
Yeah, I suppose it's difficult to say. I mean, my favourite probably metalcore band out would be Misery Signals. I would say I've listened to their discography more than any other sort of metalcore band. Kind of grew up, Meshuggah was always my favourite band growing up, and then also loved some black metal. I quite like Burzum and Dimmu Borgir was big when I was like
nice,
young,
yeah.
a teenager. Just a lot of like
Hodgepodge.
a mixed bag of like metal for sure. These days I listen to a lot of like I listen to more like I guess you would call it like indie
Okay,
rock
indie
and
rock,
things
yeah.
like
Okay.
that. Shoegaze and grunge and
I
a
find
bunch
that
of
to be
stuff.
funny because I feel like a lot of artists that are primarily heavier, they listen to like softer stuff in their off time, like not something that they typically like are akin to. So that's always
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think if you like are in a metal band and you only listen to metal, then you're just going to be doing what other metal bands are doing. Whereas
That's
if you're
true.
able to draw influences from things outside of that, then it's going to sound a bit different.
Awesome. My next question, Sean, like I've been mentioning, you're on the road. So what have you guys been jamming on the road?
Well, we've had our driver this tour, John, and he's pretty much been in charge
Okay.
of what's been playing in the van, which is basically he either likes like super hectic death metal. He's really into like Septic Flesh, which I love Septic Flesh. They're sick. And then he's also like it's either like the Septic Flesh or The Art Is Murder, or then he'll just put on some like super proggy stuff. Like he loves the Contortionist most recent album. And the other day we had a drive and we played BT Bam's Colours from start to
sick.
finish, and
Awesome.
it was like this. It was actually my first time hearing the full album through, because like when that came out, I felt like I didn't have as much of an attention span for music as what I do now, and then like really opened my eyes. I was stoked. Like the end of that final song, White Walls, I think is pretty massive. So that was fun.
Shouts to John on the road. That's awesome. I always like that too because I feel like when you're in a van and you have like those drives, you got to have something that's just like keeps you like going, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, it's got to be like engaging music. You know what I mean? Something you have to like actually actively listen to, or else you just get bored. Especially because like I can't afford a SIM on this tour, so I've got no I'm going without a phone. I'm just relying on Wi-Fi
yeah.
and stuff, and so need something to keep me busy in the van.
Awesome. My next question, Sean, is a fun one. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
Oh, that's difficult.
That would be interesting.
I would love to do that. I would love to do like Deadhead, I think it's called, by Devin Townsend. I think we could make that song sound cool. Also, maybe like for a softer one, maybe like Tonight by Smashing Pumpkins or something. Maybe it would be fun. I just really like that song. It's like my anthem. So, yeah.
Ooh, those would both be interesting.
Yeah. Oh, the other one that we always thought about covering was going to be Falling Away From Me, Korn.
So, okay.
Because it's kind of like it's like kind of like a widower.
That's true.
Thing. So I feel like we could make it work.
I feel like you could make it work too. So maybe it might not be in the works. I don't know. Something could happen. But another fun question, Sean. We're in Philadelphia, a great food city. So what are some favorite foods you like to eat?
I absolutely love cheesesteaks. I'm pretty obsessed with like when I go to an American restaurant, it's pretty difficult for me to pass up like the wings. Like I'm generally a wings guy. Difficult to say. Generally I go on recommendations of like people that know the area.
Okay, that's a good idea. I like that.
So I'm always like open to trying new stuff. We just came back from Japan and the food there was pretty fantastic. Kind of craving some rice. Like it's hard to get like we were at the venue yesterday in Baltimore and I just love like chicken and rice, and it's super simple. And I saw this restaurant across the road and I was like, chicken rice. That sounds like what I want, but it was actually chicken rico as I looked closer. And so it was like I think it was a Mexican place or something, which is cool. I mean
you still could get chicken and rice, but
it's the different sort of rice. You know, I like the like sushi rice or the sticky rice or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
So that's the go-to for Sean. Give him some recommendations. Just tweet at him, do something. But my next question, if you could pick somebody to collaborate with, whether it be a guest vocalist on your next record or a producer, who would you guys want to work with?
Chino, hands down.
Nice.
Chino from Deftones. And we've actually tossed up the idea of like working with like Devin Townsend or someone like that from a production standpoint as well.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'd say Chino would be number one. Like that'd be a massive tick off the bucket list for me, for sure.
Chino. well, if you're watching this somehow, if you're just scrolling through YouTube and you find this video, hit them up because that'd be sick. I feel like that'd be a cool collaboration. But my next question, Sean, since you're the vocalist, and I don't know if you play any other instruments, but if there was another instrument you could be good at, what would it be?
I'd like to be good at guitar, for sure.
Guitar, yeah.
I have been like trying to learn guitar. I've been slowly chipping away at it, but it's a steep learning curve, and
It is. It's tough. I play guitar, so I know.
yeah. And I feel like you have to be like quite good to like have your own sound with it as well, like rather than just writing something that like I think Nick's really starting to develop his own sound, and like the more I'm learning guitar, the more I realize how good Nick is and other guitarists. I'm like, yeah, it's not going to get to that point for me.
You have a newfound respect for Nick.
Yeah, indeed, definitely.
Awesome. My next question, we talked about this a little bit earlier, so I'm curious to see who you'll pick. I'm a huge nerd, as I told you.
Mm-hmm.
If you could be a video game character, who would you be? Hitting you with the deep questions here.
Oh,
The questions everybody wants to know.
that is difficult. I mean, man, a video game character. Just trying to think what my favorite video games are. That's difficult, man. Honestly, Link. Like Link's a bit of a badass.
That's true.
Yeah, Link, or maybe I don't know. I like assassin-y sort of characters in a lot of like role-playing games, but I've never actually played Assassin's Creed. No, I've never played Assassin's Creed. Maybe but generally speaking, like if I had played like WoW and stuff back in the day, or
League.
Whatever RPG League, I always generally tend to lean towards assassins. So just an assassin in general, but for the meantime, Link's my boy.
Are we talking about like OG Link, or are we talking about like new school, like Breath of the Wild Link?
He's pretty sick in Breath of the Wild.
That is true.
Yeah, I do like him in Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I don't like old Link. I like young Link. Old Link. He's
Child Link.
I don't like the. I just love like slashing grass, and he's like young, and he's like, I love those sounds more than I like the,
the manly sound. I got you. I feel that. That's awesome. Definitely check out Assassin's Creed, like for real.
Sure. Yeah, I just need more time. I'm waiting for like the next Bloodborne to come out, and then I'll probably start gaming again. But like, it's difficult with the band and touring and stuff now to stay up to date with games. It's become harder and harder. I'm playing League now these days, but trying to get good at that, but I'm maining Ari at the moment for anyone that's interested.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, Sean, getting back with some more musical related questions. In your opinion, who puts on a great live show?
Oh man,
It doesn't even necessarily have to be from this tour. But
well, actually, like seeing Crystal Lake play the True North Festival that we played in Japan, like that was something else. That is probably like. I would be hard pressed to find a better live show than that. It was pretty incredible. Also, just because I know their discography, like back to front or front to back, or however you want to put it, Misery Signals, just being such a fan, and like it was my first and only time seeing them live, and like I went to both shows they played in Perth. Like I went to the skate park as well. The all ages. We got up to the front, and I was like getting mic shares and shit. I don't know if they noticed, probably not, but yeah, Misery Signals would be up there, and so would Crystal Lake. Yeah.
Awesome. I need to see Crystal Lake. I don't think they've come to the States yet, but if it happens, like that would be amazing because I've heard nothing but good things.
It's a crazy energetic performance. Hey, yeah, it's pretty sick.
And I love their band too. So
yeah,
shout outs to Crystal Lake. But my next question, we talked about awesome live bands. So if you could compile a dream tour, who would be on it?
Ooh, I suppose I'll just pick like bands that I would want to tour with, and then put us on the bill. So
there you go. I like that.
I suppose Misery Signals, Meshuggah, us, maybe Gojira.
Oh,
okay. Cool. Yeah. I think that would be a cool lineup.
That's a tight lineup. Yeah. I mean, it can happen. So
yeah,
that's why it's a dream tour. So it's something you could look forward to.
Actually, no, I might sub out. I might sub out Gojira for Deaf Heaven. That'd be dope.
Oh, yeah, Deaf Heaven's awesome. So, love to see them get more representation.
Yeah.
But my next question is, favorite TV show, favorite movie?
Favorite movie is either the Lord of the Rings original trilogy,
of course,
or American Psycho. I'm a big fan of American Psycho.
Yeah.
Favorite TV show is, I'd have to say Oz.
Ooh.
Oz is like...
Is that an Australian?
No. It's I think it was actually the very... Like, it was either the first or second HBO series,
yes, okay,
and it's
okay.
like a prison show.
Okay, yeah.
And
I know what
like
you're talking about
someone
now.
dies in like every episode. It's really hectic. That show is incredible, and it was my first time sort of watching a HBO show as well. So I was
So
just...
you were just like,
so
oh man.
it was my first show that I sort of really like binged. So yeah, Oz.
And then movie?
Oh,
you said Lord of the
yeah,
Rings.
American Psycho, yeah.
And
All
American
Lord of the
Psycho.
Rings, yeah.
Awesome,
Yeah.
Sean. My next question is, if you were trapped on a desert island for the next month, what album would you bring with you?
Oh. I wouldn't want to bring something too,
It's too sad.
heavy or dark or anything like that, hey.
You wouldn't want to
That's
make it
difficult.
off the island.
Or maybe I do want that.
Oh, wow. We're getting
Jeez.
real, we're getting real grim.
Well, it's a pretty bleak situation, right? So, geez, that is so difficult, man. I suppose it would probably have to be maybe like Saturday Night Wrist,
Ooh.
the Deftones album. Yeah,
Okay,
I'd
okay.
probably say that one.
That'd be awesome. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. Well, I know you guys released a new track. It is separate from a record. Is there any new music in the works or something along the lines, or was it just kind of a standalone single?
Yeah, it was just I guess it's just a standalone single, really.
Okay.
Where we are kind of like we're always just writing. We're always kind of.
The news?
That's-
Good luck with whatever it is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, that's fine.
She's wearing a Stranger Things shirt. That's cool. So what were you saying?
I was saying,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. We're always chipping away at like new material. We're always writing stuff, I guess. After this tour's finished, I'm gonna go hang out at Nick's place in Melbourne for like 3 weeks and
Awesome.
probably try and put some finishing touches on some songs and see how much we can get done of an album. I don't know when the album's going to be out, but I don't think 27 is going to be on the album. That was that song, just a standalone.
Yeah, I was curious because I know that you had released Worlds Apart pretty recently, so I was curious of whether or not you guys were working on new material, or is it just to kind of like get people... I mean, obviously you're on tour
Yeah.
with After the Burial and Acacia Strain and Era, so I thought maybe it was just because of the hype of that tour and you wanted to kind of have something out there for people to kind of
Yeah, I
listen
mean
to.
that always helps. I think it's good just releasing songs sometimes, and we just had time at home. We took like quite a while off touring. I think we all got a bit sick of each other for a while there, so we were like, well, we may as well utilize the time and put out a song, I guess, and while also chipping away at other songs that we're working on. But that was the song that came to fruition. It's probably a little like. I don't know. Like, I don't know if that song necessarily like represents the sound that we're hoping to achieve on the new album. It's just that's song's its own thing.
It's just a fun track.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've always endeared about your band, and Paul, shout out to Paul. He was the one who just lyrically, you are just next level to me. Like, you're one of my favorite lyricists. Just how do you take inspiration from like the first record that you did, Neverborn, and then obviously integrating it into Worlds Apart? I know that a lot of people have like dissected the lyricism behind it. So, how do you get into that sort of process of like writing lyrics that are kind of like intertwined?
Yeah. Well, I don't really think about the lyrics being sort of like intertwined as I'm writing them. It's just the main factor that binds. It's 5-0. The main factor that binds all the lyrics together, I guess, is just the fact that it's like, you know, me writing them, really. So like, I'm just. It just so happens that like, I don't know. It's a difficult question to answer, to be honest. But I mean, I don't really actually actively think about them all being bound together, and then as usually like 2 or 3 songs will be finished, and then I'll sort of like get an idea of where the album's heading after that and what the theme is going to be and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's difficult to say. I don't know. I don't really like. I honestly don't necessarily think too hard about lyrics when I'm putting them down. It just kind of. It just comes to me, man. But yeah, but seriously, I don't. And then I think like sometimes it's almost like train of thought or stream of
like,
thought,
yeah.
you know, just comes out, and then I'm like, oh, whoa, that's like, and then only sometimes I'll write a song, and then like months later I'll realize that was about something that I was going through at the time, but I don't actually realize in that moment.
It's just
you
you're
know?
writing it down, and
Yeah,
it just comes
yeah.
from like mind to paper.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's cool, because I always felt like it wasn't forced. Like what you're writing on any of the records that you've done, and where they've kind of like interconnected your lyricism, I've always felt like it wasn't just a forced thing. It was like, oh wow, that part kind of connects to that, and it's maybe from a different perspective.
Exactly.
Maybe people are reading
I
into
think,
it. I don't know.
No, but that's it. Like I think it would be like a little bit cheesy or try hard if I was like
actively doing it.
like trying to do it. I think it should just be something that comes naturally, and if like my lyrics start straying away from the more like fantasy based stuff, then so be it. But it should just happen naturally, you know, like I shouldn't have to force anything. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, lastly, tell them about your band, Sean, Make Them Suffer, where they can find you at, and anything coming up in the next couple months.
Yeah, we are currently on tour with After the Burial, The Acacia Strain, and Error, and it's going swimmingly. We're going to be on the road for the next 6 weeks, I think. So still a fair chunk of the tour to go. We're on we Make Them Suffer. We're on Spotify. I guess we're on Apple Music. We're on everywhere. On the webs, on the interwebs.
Just look them up.
YouTube. Yeah, just look us up. Give us a sus. A new album, Worlds Apart. Well, it's not that new now. I guess it's like a year old now. Worlds Apart is out.
New enough.
Yeah, new enough. New enough to plug anyway, so listen to it.
Awesome. Well, go check out Sean's band, Make Them Suffer. Like I said, I've been a fan for a little bit of time, so it's always cool to interview people that I like and like their music. Go check out their band. Links are in the description where you can find out about Make Them Suffer. Go catch them on tour, because this will most likely be coming out while the tour is happening. So if they hit your city, go say what's up. And if you enjoy this interview, subscribe, share it. It goes a long way. And thanks, of course, to Sean for coming on.
Thank you for having me. Cheers.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com, and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.